We claim most times that we love someone. How do we go from loving that person to cheating on that same person we claim we love, when that person is so special to us? We love the relationship. Nothing is wrong with the relationship, but we still go ahead and cheat on that person. We know that the relationship was going on well. We are satisfied with the kind of person we are dating. Everything is going on well, but suddenly we meet someone and we get so much attracted to that person that we cannot hold back. The affair or whatever that went on between us and that person took place, that is now seen that we have cheated on our partner, though we don't really intend to do that. It just happened. Like we always say, it just happened. It's not my intention. I didn't plan this. It just happened. Most of these things can happen easily, faster than we think. But there was a process before we got to this place that we can no longer stop that action we are about to take. This is mostly because we saw something that we liked, something that drew our attention than the one we have. And this is why we can say, if you truly love that person who you left to go and cheat on another person, you wouldn't have done it in the first place. There must be something very special about this person you are going to cheat with. That person you're going to do the action with. There must be something that is so special that you couldn't just resist. If you happen to be a kind of person who can resist from so many things, because you're able to make up your mind and say, this is the kind of woman I want. This man I am with, I will never do this person bad thing. If we are trying to consider the outcome of the action we are about to take, what will be the outcome? What will happen after the action is taken? We think deep about it within that split second. Maybe this would have held us back from committing this offense that will later hurt someone and at the same time hurt us. But because of that thing, what we saw that we don't really want to miss, the greed, this admiration that is so the person is going to feel like, if I don't have this, I'm going to regret it. So the regret, the person has put it much on the person that you just met, who you are trying to have this whatever that will be called cheating whenever it takes place. You leave it and you say, oh, I must get this done. Because we're all human beings. There must be something that will touch your conscience that will say, oh, this thing I'm about to do to somebody I claim I love is not good. And that thing is trying to remind you to stop you from taking that step. But we still take that step. These are one of the reasons why it's difficult for some people to forgive you. That you did that. Because it doesn't matter what you have taken at that particular time that is intoxicating you, that you couldn't get hold of yourself. In that time, the action is about to take place. That God created us like that, that you should have a reminder who say, this thing you're about to do is bad. Don't do this, stop. When you do this, you're going to regret this. Your partner is going to leave you. It can threaten your relationship. But we still go ahead and do that. And when we do that, finish, we start waiting for forgiveness. Why shouldn't the person forgive me for doing this? And some of us, we still repeat this same action again, or when we have opportunity to do them, that we can cover them up and not be caught, or it will never come to question that we even did it. We are going to do this action again, and still we want someone to forgive us and move on with us in the same relationship and do as though nothing ever happened. When we did not love that person so much and we are in this relationship with the person, we find it sometimes difficult to let the person know the position the person is in that relationship. We every time make the person understand that the person is the boss, that we are very content with this person, instead of us to let the person go, for the person to start looking for another partner that might be a little bit, let's say a little bit more faithful than the person who is about to hurt us. And if we don't really love that person that much and we are giving that person hope, the person is also falling deeper into this relationship, thinking, oh, I found her, this is my person, this is what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to continue this relationship and take it serious. So when we get hurt, we get more devastated, because what we are expecting is not really what we saw, because that person who have put so much hope on is a betrayer, and the person has left us stranded. We no longer know how to trust this person after giving the person a chance, and we know already that this not wanting to trust that person is going to destroy this relationship, or at least reduce it from where we thought it would be. But still, we go ahead and do that. And what bothers me most is when someone is trying to beg for this forgiveness and was spoken to so many times, some of us do not understand why that person will not forgive. Because most people who do not cheat do not even come to understand why you should do it in the first place. Because if you didn't do it, there will be no need for you to be asking for someone to forgive you. And if you prefer that one that you couldn't resist outside, that was so attractive, that was so fine, so special that you want to have it, why then come back to this one that you've already seen less than the other one that you have put so much value to outside? These are some of the complications we have in relationship when someone cheats on someone and is out. The argument, the talk, the quarrel, the so much problem and drama we make out of it, even sometimes trying to cover it, because the person who commits this offense will like you to hide this offense so that people do not know that this problem is from the person. It's better we keep it silent, not to let it out what is actually happening. When it's possible, we lie about it, that we're just having problem, to just protect the partner who has betrayed this relationship. So many people are still in the relationship, though they no longer feel good in it, simply because this has occurred. Because they are the kind of people who don't really like to take something like this, and it has happened. But there are sometimes also we can suspect that this will happen, because sometimes we know our partners, we know their way of life and the kind of person they can be when you are not around. We still give room to let the person be around, mostly our friends, our female friends. Let the person have the opportunity to be tempted. Some of them who cannot resist it, who might have the chance of cheating, we give them room to cheat. Because assuming we don't throw people around, like you can see your friend who is wearing less clothes, who doesn't like to cover very well, or who throws her body anyhow, who is loose, kind of, and you know that this friend is like this, you still let that person around your relationship. That means the person is trying to jeopardize the relationship. There's no way you can leave that kind of person, because you know that if that person is there, something can happen. Or you have a kind of friend that you think that this is my friend, my flirt. Then you say, I trust the friend. There's some of our friends who envy our position the kind of partner we have, and then they now think, oh, what can I do to be in this opposition, or what will I do to destroy this your relationship? When we have such friends, the best thing for us to do is to make sure that we are not every time so close to that person when we are in a very serious relationship. Relationships that we value, that we think that this relationship will lead us somewhere, we have to protect. Because whatever you love, whatever that means a lot to you, that has so much value, something that you cherish, that you see special, we always protect it. So that is it. If we have valued that person, we will be able to forgive that person, give the person another chance, and see if that person can keep to his or her promise not to cheat again. But if we do not want that person, I think there might be other reasons, not only cheating, that will make us say, no, it's not easy to forgive that person. So it all depends on what that person means to us and how we see the relationship. I think these are the different reasons why people cannot forgive people who cheat on them.